Okay, let's talk about that vice presidential debate last night because I think that we were all expecting something more substantive after that hot mess between Donald Trump and Joe Biden that happened a couple of weeks ago. So a couple of main takeaways from the VP debate last night. I expected a lot more from Kamala Harris, actually. You know that she's a prosecutor. You know that she has this reputation as somebody that is calm, reassuring, all of this other stuff. I didn't really see any of that last night. What I saw was her making a lot of facial expressions, and there were a lot of moments that seemed to be tailored for media Twitter and what I call yes queen media Twitter. So people that just couldn't wait to just elevate her no matter what she did last night. They were gonna say, oh, she slayed. So there's this thing that she kept on doing, which actually did work at first, when she said, excuse me, Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. And at first it worked. Okay, because we know that as a female candidate, she has to be forceful about getting her point across and all of that stuff. Like, we understand that. But after the third, fourth, and fifth time, it just got old. And so to me, one of the most important things that happened during the VP debate happened very early on. They started out talking about coronavirus. As we all know, coronavirus runs our entire lives right now. But I think that Vice President Mike Pence cornered Kamala Harris on two different things when it comes to the coronavirus. First of all, Kamala Harris has been running around talking about how awful the Trump administration's response to coronavirus was. Oh my God, they killed all these people. It's so bad. It's so bad. And there's this idea that these people who are not in any power to do anything right now are just all of a sudden going to be elected and then come into office and then, you know, do things that are so much different. But Pence said that, hey, the coronavirus plan that you have on the site, the Biden-Harris site, looks a lot like what we're already doing right now. So he cornered her on that. And the second coronavirus thing that he cornered her on is the fact that she had a line where she looked directly in the camera and she said, well, if Donald Trump says his vaccine is here, I'm not taking it. And that is something that may work well for a social media moment, but it's something that is so dangerous and reckless and irresponsible to be engendering sort of distrust for a coronavirus vaccine among the American people just because it comes from Donald Trump. There is no indication that the vaccine that has been worked on for the past 4 or 5 months is going to be any different than the one that would come along if Biden and Harris were to get elected. So I just thought the whole thing was evasive. The whole thing was very disingenuous. The whole thing was more about social media and less about facts. I was really expecting a whole lot more from Kamala Harris. Now, as for Mike Pence, I thought he was solid. I thought he was dependable. I thought that he is what Republicans want after that chaotic presidential debate a couple of weeks ago. And when you look at this VP debate, it's even more important because we have two very old people, okay, that are running for president right now. We have Donald Trump, who is 74, Joe Biden, who is 77. Either one of these people, if they get elected, will be the oldest president in American history come inauguration in 2021. So who could possibly lead this country is very, very, very much in display in this VP debate. And I thought that Mike Pence did a much better job of being calm, cool, collected, coming with facts, but also pushing back on Kamala Harris's lies. I particularly liked the fact that he pushed back on the Charlottesville very fine people smear. But fundamentally, is this VP debate going to move the needle? Probably not. Is this VP debate going to change anybody's minds? Probably not. But I am glad that we got some substantive conversation and that more of the American people got to see just how shifty and evasive Kamala Harris really is. She is the definition of an empty pantsuit.